Okay, Wrestlemania. That's what I'm going to be talking about. Wrestle-fucking-mania. And, oh my god. I made a video last week. I know this is, like, late. This is a late review, but I mean, like, this is kind of, I only do these when I have the time to do them. So, sometimes it's not always ideal, time placement-wise. So, last time, my last video, I talked about NXT TakeOver Dallas, and I was like, there's no way Wrestlemania could ever live up to NXT TakeOver Dallas. There's no way it could be a better show. There's no way it could be as good of a show, just given the match card. Little did I know that WWE just not only didn't give a shit about that, they wanted to make it so much worse than what I thought it was going to be. It was so fucking bad. And this is, I mean, like, it's not really the wrestling that was bad. There was some solid wrestling going on in this show. Everything from a creative standpoint, however, was just wrong. Every single decision, almost every single decision was wrong. It was just all wrong. And I just couldn't, like, I knew they were gonna fuck up things. I knew, for example, Roman Reigns is going to get the title. I knew that was going to happen. And I knew he was going to get it as a face. I mean, part of me hoped he was going to, there was a part of me that hoped that he was going to turn heel. But I mean, like, the majority of my body was like, no, they're gonna put the belt on him as a face, because that's just what they want to do, and then no one's gonna tell them that they can't do that. So that's what they did. Some other things that I expected. I didn't expect Ambrose to win, even though I thought he deserved to win. I knew that they weren't going to give him the win over Lesnar, even in a street fight. But I could never, ever in a million years forecast how bad this match was going to be. I could never do. I'll get to it when I get to it. So I guess we'll just dive on in to the proceedings. I did not see the Kalisto versus Ryback U.S. Championship, although according to sources online and on Twitter, not many people in live attendance got to see that one either. Because they all had fucking trouble getting into the goddamn building. And to be honest with you, I'm not like, when I missed the match, I was like, I missed that, and I missed Total Divas versus Team Bad and Blonde or whatever. By the time I was done, like, I was like, when I was settling in to watch, I was like, well, maybe I'll watch this later. By the time I was done with this show, I didn't give any fucks about any of this. The only thing I have to say about the Ryback versus Kalisto match is that it's for a championship. Why the fuck is it on the kickoff show? I mean, it's a championship. I know it's fake, but putting a championship belt on someone is kind of a big deal, even in a meta way. Like, they're a good worker, or they're over, or something. And I guess that's not even, like, the thing anymore. I mean, seeing as how Roman Reigns has the fucking world belt, I guess it's just like, oh, you have nice eyes, and I like your goatee, and your hair's greasy. It just it devalues the belt, and it's weird that you would devalue your own fucking belt. So that's the only thing I have to say about that. I heard it was a good match between Ryback and Kalisto. Kalisto won. Moving on, Usos versus the Dudleys. This match was nothing to write home about. It was pretty good. I think the rest of the show has kind of given me shit-colored glasses when I look back at all the other matches that I kind of liked. But the thing was that the Usos were the faces, Dudleys were the fucking heels, and guess who's getting cheered? Not the faces. So I don't understand. So like basically the Usos beat the Dudleys. This show, I'm sorry, this show had I'm gonna check that real quick. This show had uncanny just tendency to just let heels go over faces for some reason. which baffled me, and I didn't understand it because it's fucking WrestleMania, and it really traditionally doesn't go that way. But it didn't matter because after the match, well, you know, they extended it, and like they're gonna go. They fought more, and Dudley's brought out the tables, and they set up the tables. They're gonna put Usos on the tables, and guess who gets put to the tables? Not the Usos. So there was that. Yeah, Usos won. Then there was the Icy Ladder match, which was good. This is a pretty good match. The thing that I should have been worried about, though, is that it was an Icy Ladder match between Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder, Sin Cara, The Miz, Stardust, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. Now, let's be real. Who's going over in that match? Probably Zayn, probably Owens. Maybe Ziggs. Maybe Miz. Not Stardust. Not Sin Cara. Not Zack Ryder. Oh, wait. Zack Ryder won the match. And I wasn't upset about this because I don't think that he didn't deserve it. However, so Ryder goes over, and I'm like, okay, I kind of like that. His dad was in the crowd. It was a really heartwarming moment. But something inside of my chest was tightening. And it was like this weird anxiety that I couldn't shake. I'll get to that later. So that was an okay match. Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles. Pretty good match. Not their best. And I've seen it 5 times. So this is not very entertaining. Chris Jericho wins this match. And my immediate reaction to this is why? Why is Chris Jericho winning this WrestleMania match? This is insane. Styles should have won, hands down. Again, heel goes over. And you're like, why is the heel going over? This is WrestleMania. This doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to be a feel-good thing. Heel goes over. Great match, for the most part. Again, not their best, but still, what's going on here? And this is when I noticed the show starting to suck. This is the real turning point. And then it takes an even harsher dip later on, and we'll get to that. League of Nations versus New Day. New Day, I believe, are default faces now. I think they made their face turn like when they initially started feuding with League of Nations. Okay, they come out of a giant box of Bootios, and they're dressed as Saiyans. And Xavier Woods has his hair styled after Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. So it's looking up. And then the match starts, and it's, pretty standard, and it's not bad. And then the fucking League of Nations win. Why? And you notice it's not for the tag belts. Why? Why are we doing this right now? This is fucking WrestleMania, man. Shouldn't the tag belts be on the line? And if they are, just fucking... Alright, and then, okay. I forgot. This is important. Because the League of Nations defeat the New Day. Okay? And then they gloat. And then they say something like, there are no 3 men in the WWE that can stand up to us. That's when Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, and Stone Cold Steve Austin come out. And you're thinking to yourself, why? Now, this is primarily my problem with these older superstars coming back to like big events like these. If they're not there to put talent over, then they shouldn't be there. That's it. If they're if Stone Cold Steve Austin is there to kick the shit out of Sheamus or whatever the fuck. If Mick Foley's there to kick the shit out of Rusev, and if Shawn Michaels is there to kick the shit out of Wade Barrett, then don't bring them in. I mean, at least, okay, if they're heels, fine. Like, I guess. But even then, you're detracting from these heels' effectiveness, which is not good. They're supposed to be threats. And then you have these fucking... Excuse my rather flippant description, but these old men come in and just completely beat the shit out of them and rob them of their credibility. And you're just sitting there and you're like, oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? How do you expect to make another fucking Steve Austin if you're having old as fuck Steve Austin come out and beat up your fucking new talent? Doesn't make any fucking sense. And on top of this, not only do they do that, not only do they beat the shit out of the heels, which is, I mean, at least kind of acceptable, but still to me stupid. Then the New Day come in, and they're like dancing. They're like, yeah, here we go, we got one over in the League of Nations. And they're like, theme music is playing or whatever. And Mick Foley's dancing, and Shawn Michaels is dancing. But of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin, being the fucking stick in the mud that he is like, no, I'm not going to do it. You know, I just want to drink beer and beat women. But, I mean, like, that's a little harsh. Anyway. He acquiesces, he pretends to dance for a little bit, and then he just Stone Cold stuns fucking Xavier Woods. And you're like, okay, so this is what you just did. This is what you just did. You had League of Nations come out, beat the New Day. Then you had 3 old men come out and beat the League of Nations. And then, who are supposed to be good guys, by the way, and then they turn to the other good guys and they say, actually, we're not so good. And they just kick the shit out of them, too. So bury everybody. Bury everybody on your roster. Fuck it. Who cares? Who gives a shit? You have Stone Cold Steve Austin, he's there. He's the draw, right? No. But anyway, it really pissed me off. Okay, so... Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord in heaven. Here we go. Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar in a street fight. This was not a street fight. This was the lamest piece of shit match I've seen in a while. And you know what? I have a feeling it wasn't Dean Ambrose because I've seen Dean Ambrose go through light tubes. I've seen Dean Ambrose take barbed wire to the face. I've seen him have his fork stuck in his cheek. So, my guess is the Beast didn't want to have a street fight. Because this is what happens. Suplex, 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 suplex. Here's the thing. I'm not a mark for that shit. It annoys the fuck out of me. I don't care. I mean, this is the thing. Brock Lesnar's a big motherfucker. The fact that he can toss someone around like Dean Ambrose 13 times does not surprise me. It's not a draw. It's not even interesting. This is a work. Okay? It's not real. Have the story be... You could even have Brock Lesnar win if you want to fucking protect your precious little 6'4", 290-pound man baby. But here's the thing. I mean, at least have it be competitive. I mean, Dean is not... I mean, he is probably now that you just fucking buried him. But I mean, like, he wasn't a mid-carder. He was a main eventer. He was main eventing Roadblock. And he almost beat the world heavyweight champion. And now you're just putting him through a fucking meat grinder? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It makes no fucking sense. God damn it. It was so aggravating. And, you know... So, basically what happens... I mean, there's a lot of fucking... suplex shit going on. And then, you know, Dean Ambrose takes out a fucking kendo stick. Oh my god, everybody... Oh, it's crazy. Hits him with the kendo stick a couple times. Brock takes the kendo stick away from him and just breaks it over his knee. And you're just like, okay. What? So this was like no selling, basically. Just didn't sell for Dean at all. Dean actually hit his fucking finisher on a stack of chairs. Didn't sell that either. kicked out at 2, and then F5, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. The build-up for this match was all wrong. All wrong. I mean, basically, the moral of the story is Dean Ambrose sucks, and is an idiot. He's a fucking moron. Why did he do what he did? Because he's an idiot. He doesn't understand that he can't beat Brock Lesnar. They could have done this. He could have won. Or at the very least, put Brock Lesnar through hell and then lose. Have him bleed, for fuck's sake. Like, I mean, come on. It's Wrestlemania. It's not like fucking Raw or, like, SmackDown or Super fucking Stars. This is Wrestle Goddamn Mania. And this fucking street fight sucked. It was boring as fuck. If I wanted to see fucking Brock Lesnar suplex someone, it could be just a normal fucking match. Jesus Christ. This match was fucking terrible. And it did nothing for anybody. Brock Lesnar went in, everybody thought he was going to win, and he did. So, that's not interesting. Dean Ambrose gets fucking buried because, I mean, at least this was his match. He was like, I want a street fight. This was his rules, his stipulations. He had all the fucking weapons, the barbed wire bat, the chainsaw, which were never used. Obviously, the chainsaw wasn't going to be used, but I mean, like, it's not even like a spot where he like, swung it around a little bit. He couldn't start it. That was it. God damn it, this makes me so fucking angry. Barbed wire baseball bat, he attempted to hit Lesnar once with it, and he missed. And that was it. And you're just like, this is not a fucking street fight. This isn't even a fucking match. These are two guys, like, fucking stumbling over each other, and Brock Lesnar doing fucking German suplexes out the ass. And it was so fucking boring. I was like, God damn it. That was an easy night for Brock. I mean, usually he's just in there with a bigger dude, so I mean... 13 minutes. 13 minutes of just bullshit. And I don't blame Ambrose, really. Because I've seen what he can do. Like, I'm not fucking dumb. Like, I know what he can do. This is not a good, this is pure fucking WWE bullshit booking. And it sucked. Women's triple threat. This match was extremely good. I mean, like, if this hadn't come right after this fucking terrible street fight, which almost made me just stop watching. I have to be honest, this street fight was so bad that it almost made me stop watching. And just going back to it for a second, I've heard people say that, like, oh, well, Dean Ambrose was elevated by this match because he was in the match with Brock Lesnar. Fuck that. Fuck that. That's wrong. That's straight up wrong. I mean, like, if you look at the logic to this, it was his match, it was his rules, and he still fucking lost. He brought everything he could, and he still lost. He should have at least let Brock Lesnar know that he was in a war. Had the guy bleed. Had the guy scared, even. Fuck. It's not... It's fucking main eventer, for Christ's sake. Charlotte, wins the women's title. Not the Divas title. The women's title. Ha! Suck it. Alright. At least they did something right. Was change the fucking belt to women instead of Divas. Good match. I was just such in a bad mood that I almost didn't give a fuck. And I mean, like, the booking of the show was just consistently terrible. Except for this match. I mean, Charlotte won. She won by shenanigans with Ric Flair, but you know what? I kind of saw that coming, and the match otherwise was pretty good. Hell in a Cell. This is another one that was just fucking ridiculous. This is another match that pissed me off, and not for different reasons than actually no, pretty much the same reasons as Dean Ambrose. Shane should have won. Absolutely, abso-fucking-lutely. I mean, like, come on. The thing is that I love the Undertaker. Don't get me wrong, but his fucking streak is over. Brock Lesnar broke it, so that's it. There's no point in protecting his fucking streak anymore. And out of all the Hell in a Cell matches I've seen, I've never seen Undertaker take a bump from off the fucking cage. Mick Foley's done it, and Shane McMahon has done it, and that's it. So, if you take a bump like that, you should win. Especially if your fucking kids are in the audience. Jesus Christ. It was terrible. He lost the fucking match. Here's another thing that pissed me off too. There's a spot in this match where the ring steps are in the ring. And Undertaker does a last ride powerbomb on Shane McMahon on the steel steps. Goes for the pin, 1, 2, and Shane kicks out. Reason why this pisses me off. Not 2 matches ago, Dean Ambrose, who is built up to be someone who is nigh invincible, indestructible, Iron Man, takes 1 F5 and doesn't kick out. I don't get it. What are you trying to... Alright, anyway. So McMahon takes that bump, takes a bunch of bumps that are just crazy. I mean, like... I remember saying, like, is he gonna die? And for, like... like, before this even happened, and I saw it happen, he was on the cell. And I was just shaking my head like, your kids are in the fucking audience. What are you doing? You miss this fall, you're dead. You're paralyzed for life. That's it. Like, what are you doing? So after all this hype and build up for this match, I gotta say, Shane was exemplary for not having competed in like 9 years or 10 years or whatever it is. And Taker wasn't that impressive. You know why? Because he's 55 years old and he doesn't need to be impressive anymore. He should probably fucking retire. He looks like shit, and I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. And he just, I don't know. I love him. I just want him to not seriously hurt himself. I wanted Shane not to seriously hurt himself. I can't believe they approved that bump. This is what you're telling me. No blood in a street fight, but Shane McMahon could almost kill himself by jumping off a fucking 40-foot cage. Makes absolutely no sense. This makes absolutely no fucking sense in the world. No sense. So that match was terrible. Not from a workmanship standpoint, just from like what actually occurred in the match. It was terrible. So yeah, he takes the bump off the cage. He loses the match. Why did you take the bump off the cage if you're going to lose the match? Why take the bump at all? But, especially in that case, when you're just going to lose. Doesn't make sense. After that happened, Wyatt family came out, and again, Jesus Christ. Wyatt family comes out. The Rock comes out. I'm sorry, The Rock comes out, not the Wyatt family. Rock first. Rock comes out and he's like, "Oh, Wrestlemania, everyone's gonna go home and fuck." And you're just sitting there, you're just like, I get it. People want to see this, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know why people want to see these old guys. I don't. They're done. They're over. They're not gonna come back tomorrow on Raw. Who gives a shit? It's 3 minutes of fucking pandering to the crowd. I hate this shit, man. It's not like I don't like these guys. I'm just saying that, like, again, if you're not there to put over talent, get the fuck out. Why are you there? You're just there to be a fucking glory hound. I'm sorry. Alright, so, sure. Rock comes out, does this whole thing. Wyatt family comes out. Because they're the heels. They're the monster heels. Okay, let's see what happens. And Rock puts him over a little bit in like his like little speech beforehand. And you're like, oh my god, maybe he's putting him over. No. Because, you know, words are exchanged, Bryson says some shit, and then Rock's like, okay, and then he rips off his pants and he's just in his trunks. He like pulls his elbow pads out of his, I don't know, his back pockets in his tights. I don't fucking know. And he's gonna do a match right now against Eric Rowan. So the rest of the Wyatt family gets out of the ring. And that's immediately, When I saw Eric Rowan get in the ring, I was like, this is going to be over in about 15 seconds. I was off about by 9 seconds. It was 6 seconds. It was a 6-second match. Okay? It was 6 seconds. So this is what happens. Bell rings. Rowan goes for a punch. Rock bottom. Done. Done. Thanks for coming, Wyatt family. Hope you like that. Hope you had fucking something great to do on WrestleMania. Like, get your fucking ass kicked by The Rock in 6 seconds. 6 seconds. This is fucking ridiculous. Inexcusable. What are you doing to these guys? It's an honest question. Why? Why? God damn it. Just don't put them on. If you're just gonna fucking bury him like that, don't put him on the fucking show. Triple H versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. We all know how this goes. Who cares? Triple H comes out with his fucking stupid ass entrance, which was dumb. Stephanie McMahon is actually part of the entrance. She's wearing this weird like skull mask or something, and she takes it off and she's like, she basically gets super real with the audience. She's like, she says things like, you're all sheep, we'll give you this and you'll take it because you have no choice, fuck you. Just really shitting on everyone in attendance. And you're just sitting there like, oh my god. This just got super real. So weird. This whole thing was weird. And then the match starts, and man, is it boring as fuck. God damn it. I mean, usually Triple H can carry people, but he didn't try. WrestleMania main event, who cares? That's probably what was going through his head. I mean, like, he's like, fuck it, I got a cool entrance, I'm good. Yeah, so there's that. You know, spear spots happen. Stephanie McMahon gets speared. That's like the biggest pop of the night. For Roman. And then he's immediately relegated to boos again. And then he gets booed even harder when he wins the belt. So they, like, turn off the crowd mics, I guess, because they're like, oh, don't want anyone to hear that. But we could anyway, just because the whole building, fucking 90,000 people booing. You can't stop it. Can't stop it. So now let's go to Raw and see how that fucking sucked. This is why Raw sucked. Remember that stipulation when in the Hell in the Cell match where Shane was wrestling for control of Monday Night Raw? Well, Vince comes out and he says, well, I'll give it to you anyway. So that whole thing that happened, you jumping off that cell, almost killing yourself in front of your kids, totally fucking pointless. Hope you like that, Shane. Yep. That was terrible. This is bad. It's bad. Then Roman Reigns comes out with the title and he's like, yeah, I'm the man. I'm not the bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm the guy. And there's no way for him to get more heat than saying that. I'm thinking that he's turning heel, maybe slowly, or maybe tweeting it. But so he gives an open challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who comes out? Oh wait, it's AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. Those 4 guys come out. And I'm sitting there the entire time like, it's weird how all of these guys came out, but Dean Ambrose didn't come out. Because that would actually generate interest. I mean, don't get me wrong, all these guys are great wrestlers. All of them. And they all deserve shots at the World Heavyweight Championship. However, storyline-wise, there's no heat here. No heat. No heat. There's no story. Who gives a fuck? Honestly, is what I'm saying. So that's what happens. Raw sucks for the most part. A lot of people said it was good. I don't see it. Cesaro did come back, which is good. But that's the only thing that was at all interesting. Dean Ambrose wasn't even on the show. Brock Lesnar wasn't on the show. There was no continuation of a lot of storylines from the fucking hugest, biggest, giganticest wrestling event of the year. It's just a big fucking stupid piece of shit. And they have the basically they have a 4-way for the number 1 contender at the end for the main event of Raw. AJ Styles wins, and everybody pops. Here's the thing, though: he's going to go against Roman Reigns, and he's actually probably going to lose. So chew on that for a while. He's probably gonna job to Roman Reigns. So think about that. Alright, I'm done.